System test okay. Takeoff test pass.
Hello guys, welcome to the Crazy Flyer 175 channel. Today we're going to take the Embraer Phenom up to Canada. After talking to some of my viewers the other night, this idea actually came from Dashy Aviation. I decided to go up to Castlegar. You know, I forgot about this little airport. It has been, I've gone up there on Flight Simulator in the past, but it's been a couple of years, and it's a pretty cool, just like mountain airport, and I think we'll have a lot of fun heading up there to check it out. It's got some pretty cool approaches. I don't know what the weather's like up there. I think it's VFR, so I don't think we're going to get into anything really too hairy, but it should still be a lot of fun for us. We're taking off today out of Helena, Montana. So it's going to be a pretty short, like 200-mile flight. Shouldn't be any more than maybe 30 to 45 minutes in the air. And I've already got most of the work done for us on the setup today. So I've already got the flight plan in here. We're already filed, and I've already got my takeoff performance calculations done. We don't have any ATC over Montana or Canada right now, so it'll just be uncontrolled operations basically. Yeah, let's jump right into it. We're going to start getting the airplane closed up. We're going to run our checklist. As you guys saw on the intro, we already got the fuel going, so it should be a pretty quick endeavor to get out of here. I'm going to go ahead and close up the baggage doors. And actually, we'll go ahead and close up the passenger door here as well, and we'll jump right down into it. So let's run our checklist here. I already got, I think, most of the before start done. Actually, let's go ahead and just brief our departure here before I forget about it. So we're Kilo Hotel Lima November for Helena. I didn't look at my weather yet. Let's do that. The wind's variable at 5 gusts 15. I'm going to assume it's mostly from the northwest based on the weather that the U.S. has been having the last few days. Few clouds, 3,700 feet. 8 degrees, 2990 for the altimeter. 2990 set times 2. And yeah, that looks good. So we'll plan runway 27. We are going to be climbing via the, I already forgot what it's called. It's the CB departure here out of Helena. Alright, so this departure, let's take a look at it. I haven't briefed it yet. So off runway 27, looks like it's going to be a climbing right turn heading 350, and then intercept the 318 out to CB intersection, hold 318 radial off the Helena VOR. Pretty simple one, so we'll fly that. Let's see, top altitude. I don't know if it assigns a top altitude. We're non-controlled anyway, so we'll probably go ahead. Let's just set it up. We're going to cruise today at flight level 320. We'll set 320 here in the altitude window. 320 is set. So it's a 270 heading and then intercept. So that's a pretty easy departure. Not really a whole lot to it. So FMS nav will be the call, or GPS nav, I guess, for this airplane. We've got the departure loaded in here, so you can see here we've got the intercept. They'll take us out to CB. From CB we go direct to the Twiggy intersection, and then direct to Castlegar. So that's really all there is to it. We got the departure brief. Let's run our checklist. Let's get on out of here. 4-star checklist, pre-flight and test. Actually, you know what? I didn't do those as part of my flow. Do that real quick. Engine fire.
Fire. Fire.
I didn't really check the lamps here. Let's do that. Lit, lit. Okay, everything's working. Stall protection test
Stall. Stall.
is good. Okay.
Stall. Stall.
Pre-flight tests are completed. Oxygen bottle is pushed in. Passenger set to auto. Oxygen pressure is sufficient for our dispatch today. Electrical panel set. Bleed panel set. Fuel panel pumps auto. Crossfeed is off. Hydraulic pump shutoff valve both come open. There we go. Pusher cutout is pushed out. Ice protection is not required for our departure today. Pressurization AC panel checked. Engine fire panel bottles or buttons are pushed out. Bottles off. Start stop 1 and 2 are both stop off on the EIS. Pressurization and AC panel checked. Engine fire panel is ignition both auto. Thrust levers idle. Speed brakes closed. Park brake is set. Doors are closed. And before start checklist is complete, we got a couple of rampers out there helping us out, so we're going to go ahead, we'll start engine 2. And then that'll allow them to disconnect the power on the side that does not have the running engine. Alright, we got light off, N2 rise, N1 rise. Hey Schnitzel, how's it going? I'm flying the Embra today. Reminds me, I gotta get my chat window pulled up on the... I usually keep my chat window up on the monitor too, so I can see your guys' messages easier. There we go. Alright, gotta get a start there. We're gonna have the guys disconnect our ground power here. Oh, it doesn't work on the outside of here. We're gonna do this. Close the GPU panel, and yep, they got that disconnected. Excellent. Alright, we're going to go ahead and we'll start engine 1. Here we go. Light off. N2 rising. N1 rising. We got oil pressure. And a good start. See, just make sure electricals look good. Yep, that's all looking good. Feels nice and balanced. Alright, excellent. And let's see, we'll set flaps 1 for departure today. Flight control check. We don't really have any way to actually monitor the position of the flight controls on this cockpit, so we'll just check for freedom of movement on all of the flight controls. Excellent. And after start checklist, GPU is disconnected, electrical power. Our electrical emergency is pushed out. Stall protection tested. Takeoff data set. So our takeoff data today, 105, 105, 115, 132 are our numbers. Trims, rudder, and aileron are neutral. Pitch trim in the green. Flight controls and speed brakes checked. Ice protection not required. Flaps set 1 for takeoff after start checklist is complete. Let's go flying, guys. Let's pull up the airport diagram so we don't get lost on our way out like yesterday. Let's see, airport. There we go. I think we were on the south side. Yes, we're on the south side. We're going to taxi out for runway 27, so that'll be Charlie. Pretty much all the way. That should be hopefully a fairly easy taxi for us. And let's see. 22.8, we're good there. Brake release. Taxi lights on. Turn the track IR on. Let's get going. Helena traffic. Embraer Phenom 175 Charlie Foxtrot can be taxiing taxiway Charlie runway 27 Helena. Yeah, Schnitzel, I thought about flying the Airbus for this, but I don't think this airport would be big enough for the Airbus. One thing I didn't know, the Castlegar Airport, apparently Air Canada does fly they fly a Dash 8 in there. But, yeah, I don't know about taking a bigger jet in there. It's not a very big airport, to my understanding. It would be kind of fun to try getting an Airbus into a small airport, though. Maybe we'll try it someday. Alright, we got a crossing here, runway 1735. We are clear on the left. Clear on the right. Let's slide up the airplane. Helena, 175 Charlie Foxtrot's crossing 1735 on Charlie, Helena. How long's the runway? It's, I think it's 5,000-ish. I don't know if it's so much the weight, but it's got a pretty steep approach, and I don't know how much weight the runway itself could handle is probably really what it's more about. Let's see here. We'll see if we can pull it up. CY, CG, whoops. CY, CG, there we go. So it is 5,300 feet long. So lengthwise, it could probably do it. It's got some steep approaches, but like I said, I just don't know if they have... I don't know how thick the concrete is, but I know they don't fly very big airplanes in there. It's been a long time since I've flown in there, so you know, we're going to see what it's really like getting in there today. Yeah. How wide is the runway, does it say? It doesn't give me the width. I'm going to assume it's probably about 100 feet wide, so... I don't know. Maybe it could support an Airbus. High terrain reduces... Yeah, A318 maybe could get in there. Because it's also, you know, the airport's got steep approaches, but I mean, they take the A318 into London City, and that's got some pretty steep approaches. Hey, Dashy, how's it going? Good luck, thanks. I think we'll get in there without too much trouble, hopefully. Oh, we don't have the ECS on. There we go. Alright, let's see. We're getting to the end of the runway. Let's go ahead and run some before takeoff checklists. Get this ready to go. Whoops, that's after takeoff. There we go. Before takeoff. Alright, here. So let's check a few things.
Takeoff. Okay.
Let's see. We need to get the transponder. 1200 altitude. Let's see, and then just to review our departure, so it's going to be a 270 heading, and then GPS nav departure depicted route out to CB intersection. And we're going up to flight level 320 for our top altitude today. For takeoff checklist, takeoff config is checked, CAS is checked, we're all clear. Signs are on, yaw damper is off. Ice protection is not required for this departure today, and ATR will be green on application of takeoff power. I think we are ready to go. Light up the airplane. Get everything on down here. Just a quick double check flow across. Everything looks good. And let's get going. Passengers advised. We'll give them the double ding of the seatbelt sign. External lights are on. Transponder altitude. We're ready to go. Helena traffic, Phenom 175 Charlie Foxtrot, taking off runway 27. We'll be departing to the north, Helena. You just picked up the CJ4 for X-Plane? Toga. Alright, Toga set, ATR green. $80 knots. B1, rotate. Bottom of the rate and gear up. It's a little choppy up here today, man. Been bumpy everywhere lately. Flaps up. Go to nav mode here. I didn't set a speed, so we're just gonna do kind of a VS climb here for initial. Got autopilot on. Got speed dialed up. I forgot to set my speed bug, guys. Oop. Get the quick and hold going. There we go. And climb thrust. There we go. Alright. Still checking gears up, flaps up, climb set, and we're GPS flight will change into 10. After takeoff checklist. Landing gears up, flaps are up, yaw damper is on. Thrust over is MCT, pressurization. Cabin looks good. We got diff rising. Altimeter is cross-check to ice protection. Actually, we might need it on here coming through these clouds. And external lights are as required. After takeoff checklist complete. Yeah, so you got the... Sorry, I was distracted there. So you got the Citation. Nice, fast airplane. Oh, okay, you gotta head off right now, Dashy. We'll see you later. Alright, coming through 10,000 feet. Turn the landing lights off. And, we'll turn the outlets on. We'll keep the seatbelt sign on for now as well. Let's take a look at this interior real quick. This is a pretty cool one. Cool livery. It's got like the darker wood interior. I think it's kind of a cool look. The dark seats. I forgot to reset my fuel calculator. Actually, let's do a reset here. Decrease always. Alright guys, we're just about to the end of the departure, so then it'll be a slight left turn. And then next waypoint's actually pretty far up there. I think it's pretty close to the airport itself. Look here, it's let's see. Yeah, Twiggy, okay, it's 68 miles from the airport. We'll plan to cross Twiggy at like 20,000 feet for VNAV planning. That should work. We'll speed up our climb here a little bit. We're coming up on 18,000 feet. We'll go to standards. Let's see, we also need to pull up, I think there's only one approach into Castlegar. Our nav approach. And I'm not sure what the weather's doing. It might actually be pretty clear up there. We may not even actually have to really do the approach. I might do it just for fun anyways. So here, I'm gonna pull up Abby tab in this window here. There's an RNAV approach. I think it's pretty steep, is what I read about the airport. Trying to see if it gives any information there. I mean, you're stepping from, let's see, 7,300 feet down to airport elevation 1,600 feet. And what is that? 4, 6, 10, 12, maybe 13, 14 miles going from 7,000 down to 1,000. That's not extremely steep, but yeah, it's probably a little bit more than a 3-degree descent angle. So yeah, so that's not too bad, and then not a whole lot of places to go after you land. I'll just come park it over here on the ramp probably. Airport use restricted to daylight hours only. Very interesting. Yeah, nothing too crazy about this. Schnitzel, there's bound to be an IKEA somewhere. Just park it there. Very true. Pretty cool scenery. I love the mountains out here. So how low do the minimums go on this approach anyways? So your minimum descent altitude's still like 2,700 feet above the airport. 4,300 feet. So the instrument approach itself doesn't actually get you in very low. And if we follow this, you know, take it in from the final approach fix, I didn't think about that. So the final approach fix itself is only 4.6, 2.6 is what, 7.2 miles, and you're going from 6,800 down to 1,600 feet. So that's actually a pretty steep descent. I didn't consider that detail. So I'm assuming you follow the descent profile. I mean, it's a circling only approach, so you could circle around, get to your runway, but like if you were doing this and you try to come straight into 1.5, you'd have to like speed brake down, I guess, really get it down in the valley. All right, 20, or oh wait, we're going 32. I was thinking we were going 30. A couple thousand more feet to go. So Schnitzel, what are your favorite, or do you have any good mountainous airports you like flying into? I bet there's some in Europe that because I haven't done a lot of sim flying in Europe, like around the Alps, there's probably some pretty cool airports to get into. Innsbruck? Oh yeah, I've heard about that airport. I may have actually flown in there back in like the flight simulator 10 days. So I think they had a flight that went in there, but that would be a cool one. 31, 32. I'll have to think about doing some flights in there. I guess there's like there's a landing challenge on Flight Sim 2020 landing in I don't know how to say it, Courchevel, France. That's a fun one. Fun mountain airport. Alright, level 1 at 320. We'll cruise up here at like 0.75. Pull the engines back to continuous cruise. There we go. What's the identifier for Innsbruck? I'm gonna look that one up real quick while we're cruising along. LOWI. I'm gonna look it up right now. Pretty choppy up here, guys. Maybe we won't cruise quite a full 7.5. We'll do like a 7.0 cruise for passenger comfort. 7.1. It's got some pretty cool approaches in there. That would be a fun R&P approach to fly right there. Look at that missed approach procedure. Literally brings you further up the valley and then turns you at 180. Oh, we might have to go fly into Innsbruck. That would be fun. What other ones do they have in here? Kind of curious. We'll look at the localizer approach here. Yeah, it's got some high terrain. It really is right down there in a little valley. Pretty tight. So you got peaks up to 9,000 on this side, 8,000 up, well, 9,000 up on that side too. So, and let's see the airport elevations. But yeah, 1,800 feet. Yeah, that would be a fun one. I'll have to go do some flying. Oh, that's kind of cool. I don't think I've ever seen a Jeppesen chart that puts like the terrain on the vertical profile. It's kind of a cool little feature. Let's see, we can close all these Helena plates. We're done with that airport. Yeah, I think we'll add Innsbruck to the to-do list. It's definitely an airport I think would be fun to do some flights into. I should do, so I've never done, any European flying, obviously real life, but even on VATSIM I've never really done it. I'd have to look up and see if there's like any differences in IFR procedures and things like that over there, but it'd be fun to get on VATSIM, come fly some of these cool approaches. Do some flying in Europe. Alright, so let's see. So for our planning, we're going to plan it across Twiggy. I think we set it flight level 200, so we'll go to flight plan. Here, we'll use our keyboard. Enter. And we'll do a 3-degree approach. 23 minutes to top of descent. I don't know, we may end up having to shoot an approach. It's getting a little cloudier up here as we see northwest bound. Got a lot more airport pages than I'm used to. Noise abatement and stuff like that. What airline service do they have into Innsbruck? Or do they have any? I assume they probably do. Yeah, I'll look it up later. I'm gonna look up Innsbruck while we're cruising here. Let's look at like the Wikipedia page about it. So let's see. Oh, they've actually got quite a bit of airline service in there, it looks like. British Airways runs seasonal to London Heathrow. EasyJet goes to Berlin and Gatwick. Jet 2 goes to Birmingham and Bristol and Manchester. Then there's quite a few other seasonal routes in there as well. TUI and Scandinavian. So yeah, they're flying in there. We could take the Airbus in there one of these days. Oh, I just totally realized I've got my wrong call sign in VATSIM. I gotta fix that real quick, hang on. I think you have to disconnect real quick to fix that. Let me do that. There we go. That's better. The saying I was is my call sign from yesterday, the Volunteer 33OT. Are we really only doing 300 knots over the ground? We are. Wow, we're going pretty slow. I guess we're only cruising 0.72, and we've got, wow, a 120 knot headwind component. It is a lot of wind up here. That's why I was thinking this is going to be a pretty short flight, but yeah, we're cruising 120, well, really 150 knots slower than we normally do in this airplane. So I'm running a little slow because of the chop, and then we've got 120 knots of headwind. So it does say in the, again, this is all according to Wikipedia, but the airport Innsbruck can handle up to a Boeing 767. So, fly something big in there. Let's see, so I want to go ahead, I'm going to load up our, I think we'll load up this approach. We'll load it off the Irvin waypoint, or initial approach fix. Procedure, select approach, the RNAV Alpha, and Urban. Let's see. Minimums are Rustcat C. Actually, this would probably be more Cappy airplane. 4380. Actually, can I just do this? Actually, I can't. But what I can do, load it. I'm going to cheat a little bit. This is one of the nice things about the Airbask products. You can just do this. What was it? It was 4380. Which actually would be 4400. It's an MDA, not a DA. There we go. Nope, that not take. 4400. There we go. 4400 feet is set for our minimums. Yeah, so this will be interesting. I'm curious to see. We may end up having to kind of circle around. I haven't had to shoot an approach like this in quite a while. Well, it's offset enough, actually, you know, if you're coming down, because your final approach fixes it, Resden, get down to 4,400 feet, you could kind of circle up, assuming you can see this terrain over here to the right of the course, to line up for 1-5. What's our weather doing? Before we get too ahead of ourselves, what runway you're going to be landing. Winds are out of the south, so yeah, we'll land 1-5. Latest weather, 15 statute miles of visibility, few at 100 feet. Oh. We might not actually be able to get in there today, guys. No, it's few clouds, so I mean, assuming we can avoid them, hopefully we can get in there. Otherwise, ceiling's 17,000 broken. And 30-3. Oh, we never run standards. Up the 18, there we go. I think light's only 0.2 off. We're flying into LaGuardia yesterday, and it was 2935 inches of 29.35 inches of mercury. That's a very low pressure compared to what you normally see. But you know, as we were climbing through 18,000 feet, you know, we hit the standards button on the altimeter. You know, it wound. You know, it's almost 1,000 feet difference on the altimeter. It was impressive to see. Not quite 1,000. I guess it'd be like 700 or 800, but yeah, it was very low pressure with that storm yesterday in New York. So yeah, so we'll plan to land runway 15. So let's see. So if we can get on the brakes pretty quick, taxiway Delta is the last opportunity to turn off without having to do a 180. Otherwise, our airplane would probably be capable of doing a 180 on this runway. But if not, it looks like they got a little pad down here at the end to get the airplane turned around. Never did confirm. How wide is this runway? Does it say on here? I don't think it does. Oh, it does down here. Oh, it's 150 feet wide. That's a bigger runway than I was thinking that they had there. Alright, we're just about 7 minutes from our top of descent point here. Maybe it's clearing up here. The weather's being interesting. Top of plunge. The TOP point, top of plunge. Man, this airplane, I don't know if you've seen some of the other streams I've done. If you throw the speed brakes down on this thing, it drops like a rock. The speed brakes are actually, for being a small jet, they're pretty big. This entire panel right here is the speed brakes, and then actually here, I'm going to go outside view for a minute. You crank the volume down so we don't blow our eardrums. I mean, when you compare it, you know, you consider the fact this is a light jet, you know, that's a lot of speed brake for a small airplane. And unfortunately, the way that the controls work in this airplane, there's no real, you can't do like half open. It's either open or closed. It's just a, you know, switch. And so when you open them all the way, you know, they deploy pretty far. And with panels that big, man, this airplane will slow down, or you can get it to drop at like 6,000 feet per minute. It's kind of impressive. Yeah. I kind of wonder if the real airplane, you know, because I have seen it before. Well, they'll have a switch like this, but it's got a middle position. And, you know, this one, you can see there, it's either just open or closed the way the switch is designed. But, you know, I think like I know like the Coronado Premier Jet, that's another one that I haven't flown lately, but it's got a switch, but you can hold it for a couple seconds. So basically you can adjust how much speed brake you actually want out there, which I think is a better design. But yeah, this airplane, again, I don't know if it's true with the real airplane, but at least the Aerobasque version, it's all open or all closed. And boy, if you want to slow down, they'll slow you down pretty quick. Let me bring the volume back up here. Alright, 4 minutes. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and set 20,000 here on the altitude. We got 20,000 set, and I'll arm up VNAV. It's got VPath armed. So the airplane should begin its descent automatically. We'll just monitor and make sure it does that. Just past Kalispell. Ever been to Kalispell? I was in Missoula a few weeks ago. Flew in there. So Shinsel says it's the same with the Airbus A319. You normally can't extend the speed brakes fully, but if the autopilot's off, you can. So in the old birds, you have to be cautious because you can rip the speed brakes right off. Eesh, that's interesting. Only on the old models. Okay. They've obviously changed that design. I was going to say, I'd be surprised at that for a, especially the way the Airbuses are designed with fly-by-wire and envelope protection and everything like that, that they would allow you to extend enough speed brake to rip them off. That's very un-Airbus-like. Alright guys, less than a minute now from the top of descent. You can see here G1000s are on our vertical profile and gave us a little bug on the vertical speed for the target to make our crossing restriction. Yeah, I figured they would change that pretty quick. It'd be an interesting one to explain to the chief pilot. Yeah, we had some speed brakes to part the airplane in flight. Would have hated to be the guy that figured that out. Alright, there's our vertical path. Let's see, is it going to intercept? Oh. Did I not set my altitude? I guess I didn't set my altitude. I thought I did. Well, what did I set here a few minutes ago? There we go. Now we got V-path arm. Let's see. We gotta get that power back here so we don't overspeed the airplane. There we go. Now we're on the vertical path. I thought I had set my altitude. Apparently I didn't. Let's see. So we got the approach loaded in here. We're just gonna look. So Irvin's just kind of a slight right off course there. So what we might do is after we go to Twiggy, I think we'll just go direct to Irvin. After that, we'll activate our approach. And then that should set us up pretty easily. Now the air's pretty smooth. Just as we start the descent. We made our crossover into Canada yet? Not quite, we're just about to cross the border. Let's see, so here's Castlegar. So the airport's kind of right on the bank of the river. Looks like the city's actually across the bridge over the river there. And our approach basically brings us down this river valley here. So it's definitely tight. There's not a lot of room to maneuver with a jet. I'll have to be careful. Oops, we're hitting our overspeed protection. pull that thrust back a little bit more. Alright, so just to brief our approach here. This will be the RNAV GNSS Alpha approach. Place 12-1, 194 is the final approach course. Our final approach fix is Resden at 6,800 feet, 1,600 foot airport elevation. MSA around the MLAC intersection is 10,300 all the way around. In case we have to do a published missed approach, do not exceed 185 knots till the Gativ intersection. Climb on track 194 to Omvik. Then a climbing left turn 8,800 feet on track 164 to Gativ. As required, shuttle climb, which I believe just means basically climbing the hold. It's basically, so if we're actually on the approach, we have to go miss. So straight out to MLAC, Omvik, and then to the Gativ intersection. And then we continue climbing in the hold, which that looks like it's a direct entry into the hold, so that's nice and easy. Airplane should be able to do that on nav if we actually have to go missed. And again, our missed approach altitude is 8,800 feet. So we should be able to do that. Let's see, after landing, as previously discussed, we're going to take that first available right-hand turn, or we'll have to 180 and then come back to the ramp. We're going to park up here on kind of the northwest corner of the airport there off taxiway Alpha. Or I guess off Bravo. Yeah, that's pretty much all we got. So in case we go missed, again, just reviewing straight out 8,800 feet. Yeah, we'll do GPS navigation on the mist. Alright, we're coming up on our intersection here, so we're going to go, at this point, we're going to procedure activate our approach, and this will take us direct to Irvin, the initial approach fix for the approach. There is a little bit of cloudiness, not a whole lot though. I mean, I feel like we can see around them pretty well. I don't think we'll have difficulty being able to complete the approach. We'll let the airplane level off here at 20,000 feet. For 20. What's our transition altitude up here? Transition level. Okay, flight 180. So the same as I'm used to in the USA. It's kind of cloud surfing here, top of the clouds. That's kind of cool. I always love doing that in real life. You actually get a sense of, you know, how fast the airplane's actually going. You get to cloud surf a little bit. Level 200. So our next altitude, we're going to descend to 9,000 is the minimum altitude from Irvin. We'll set that for now. So let's see, across T at 8,200 feet, and then EPUT, or EPLET, goes down to 7,300 feet. Okay, so I think we'll plan Let's put an 8,200 at Eplet for VNAV planning. Oh, it's already in there. We're just going to make that a hard altitude. Oh, it's already in there as a hard altitude. Okay, that's easy enough. Oops, don't need to change it. So the airplane should fly that profile for us. We got 9,000 feet set. We're going to keep that for now. We'll arm VNAV, and it should begin our descent here in about 3 minutes. Schnitzel says, for me, the Embra cockpits look uncomfortably small and cramped. I don't know about this one. I've never flown a Phenom in real life. The Embraer 175 is not bad. My only real complaint about the flight deck, the seats are not very well designed, I will say. After about like 2-3 hours in the seat, I kind of like got to get up and stretch because they're not very comfortable after that amount of time. The newer airplanes, if you get like a brand new Embraer 175, they have like kind of some improved seat cushions, and so that definitely helps. But yeah, that's my main beef. I know the Airbus guys that I've talked to, that ride the jump seat or whatever every once in a while, they do say the Airbus is probably the best airplane for comfort, at least from the pilot's perspective. I mean, first of all, you don't have the yoke in between your legs. That's kind of nice. More freedom to kind of move around. But they also say the seats are really well designed, and I don't mind sitting in them for a while. Do I have Discord? I do have Discord. I haven't really done much with it. Really, the only thing I've used my Discord for is occasionally I'll with some of the games I play, I'll, get in a chat or voice chat, so I can do that. But I do have Discord. Yeah, the Airbus flight deck looks pretty nice, and they have a tray table they can pull out too, don't they? In the Airbus. Yep. Yeah, that would be super nice as well, especially on longer flights. Have a tray table. Alright, there's top descent. Airplanes intercept our path. We're going to power back for the descent. For that 5-course meal. My 5-course meal is whatever they got left over from the snack basket in first class, and usually it's like some weird off-brand potato chips. Needless to say, I bring my own food for long trips. Alright guys, coming through flight 180. Our altimeter was, where's that? 3003. 3003 and 3003. Let's run us a descent checklist here real quick. Oh, we need to do our landing speeds too, actually. I lied. Can't do the descent check quite yet. Performances. Gotta go all the way to the last pages of this manual to get to the landing performance. Like can of Pringles? No, it's like plain potato chips, but it'll be made by a brand you've never heard of. Occasionally, actually, they do have some pretty good snacks. Actually, this last trip, had the flight attendant offer me some snacks, and it was like, they had some bags of like brownie brittle. It was pretty good. Let's see, landing data. We're gonna do, yeah, we'll do approach flaps 2 and plain potato chips, no pun intended. I like it, Schnitzel. Alright, let's see, we're gonna do flaps 2, ice protection off, and how much are we weighing? We're weighing 7,400 kilograms. Oh yeah, we'll be at 74 by the time we're landing, so that's gonna be 114, 114, 130. Let's see, that's 130 VFS, VAC 114. There we go. Hey Dashy, going pretty well. We're just about to start our approach here into Castlegar. We are just getting to the initial approach fix Irwin on the RNAV approach. Let's see, now that we got the landing speeds calculated, let's get our, RNAV alpha. Let's see, we need to get our approach checklist done, all procedures. There we go. Descent checklist approach briefing is complete, landing data set, windshield heat is, actually I don't think that is on. Let's make sure that's on. Should be on throughout the flight, actually. Science outlets as required. Ice protection not presently required. And descent checklist is complete. Guess we'll run our approach checklist. Altimeter is cross-checked. Decision altitude 4,400 is set. Cross speed knob is off. External lights. Go ahead and light up the landing taxi lights now. Passenger signs and outlets. We'll go ahead and turn that up. And passengers are advised. Watch the hump that X-Plane added. Oh, that's good to know. Let's see, we'll go ahead, we're going to pull up terrain on our multi-function display here as well. Alright, there's the urban intersection. We need to start getting slowed up. We'll throw some speed brakes out there. Get ready for the rumble. Those speed brakes are very effective. They're not quite as bad at low speed, but man, high speed like that, they create quite a racket. Yeah, I figured I'm probably going to get some terrain alerts here. So Dashy, you might be more familiar with this airport than I am. So on this approach, I'm landing runway 15 with the winds. If you get on it early enough, can you get it down well, it's not exactly aligned with the runway, but can you get it down to 15 without having to do like a downwind? Or do you usually kind of fly out through the valley, set up a downwind base and final? Alright, 10,000 feet, get the lights on. Yeah, Schnitzel like flying into a wall. It'll throw you forward in the seat, those speed brakes. like I said, once you get below about 200 knots, actually, you can use them to come down pretty quick, and they're not nearly as violent as they are at high speed. But yeah, you saw how much the airplane was rumbling there. It's pretty impressive. All right, let's jump back over the approach chart. You have to do the circle. I was gonna say yeah, that because the minimums are 4,400 feet on like a 6 or 7 mile final, and the airport's at 1,600 feet. You know, so that's 3,000 feet you gotta lose in like 6 miles. So there's no way you're gonna do it without some maneuvering. So I guess our plan will be, once we get down there, assuming we break out at minimums and find our airport, we'll fly down kind of over the airport. We'll make a right-hand turn to a downwind base, and then final back into the runway while we're descending. And personally, guys, I'm not a fan of people trying to solicit me to buy buyers and followers, so TANOC, goodbye. I don't appreciate people trying to solicit stuff to me on a live stream. Whoa! Here's the X-plane weather switch for you. Oh, we need to keep our descent coming. Let's see. So we've got an RNAV or a VNAV descent. We're gonna set 6,800 feet here. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what Nightbot is. I assume it's just a bot that you can have that'll kind of filter out messages and stuff. I'm new to the whole live stream, and I've only been doing this a couple of months. Actually, let's see here. Oh, you know what? Actually, I did not want to descend yet. I screwed that one up, guys. That's dangerous. I gotta read the chart. Okay, I'll check out Nightbot. That would be kind of nice. I only get it once in a while. I'm okay with that, Schnitzel. It's just, you know, I just had a bot, like, trying to tell me that I can purchase subscribers and followers, and that's just kind of annoying. Oh, hell no. I didn't realize this wasn't... Okay, we're past TI now, so we can go down to 8,200 feet. Sorry, passengers in the back, you're gonna all start feeling sick. Yeah, I agree, Dashy. Don't want to be off on the altitude. Alright, we're back on the VNAV path here. Maybe. Well, let me arm the VNAV. Alright, so we're gonna set 6,800 feet here. I gotta focus on the flying here. We got 6,800 feet set. We're just gonna follow the VNAV path all the way down. There we go. VPath armed. Let's try this again. Yeah, you can see that mountain peak right there. Oh, now we're below the VNAV path. Please tell me this airplane's gonna level me here at 8,200 feet. It's not. Goodness gracious. My VNAV, well, I screwed it up because I thought I was supposed to be descending and I wasn't yet, so. Alright, there's the path. Let's follow that path. Watch the speed. Alright, there we go. Path's captured. That's what we want. We're gonna arm up approach. Actually, I don't know if I'm going to get a glide path with this because it is an LNAV only approach. It'll give me a vertical guidance, but it'll be up to me to set the MDA. I don't think it'll actually give me a glide path. So I'll keep that in mind here. We're going to have 6,800 feet set here for the final. We'll start getting configured. Yeah, I've got the minimum. I've got 6,800 set for the final approach fix. Just prior to the final approach fix, we're going to set 4,400 feet. Alright, we're going to start configuring a little bit here. I want to get some flaps. We'll use some speed brakes. We're going to slow down below 180. We can get some flaps out there. There we go, guys. And flaps 1. About 150 knots for now. On our way down. Alright, we're coming up on the final approach fix. Okay, it did give me a glide path. So the airplane is drawing a vertical path for me. So with glide path captured, I'm going to set missed approach altitude of 8,800 feet, just so we're ready to go for that. Alright, coming up on the final approach fix. Gears coming down. That's a 194, and I don't think we're going to have any issue finding the airport. In fact, I think I see it right. Should be like right here around this corner. I see what you mean, Dashy. About definitely having a circle. That definitely leads you high. Alright, we got flaps 2. Alright, so yeah, I see my runway there. Feeling pretty good about this at this point. That's pretty cool. Your instructor got hired on the CJ3. Very nice. Alright, I'm going to put my bug on the approach. Refs 13, we'll go 118. Just watch the hump before the runway, because you have to turn 45 to 60 degrees, about 300 feet to get lined up with the runway. 1.2 nautical miles out. Yeah, I kind of see what you mean there. So we're going to make a right-hand downwind runway 15. Yeah, this one's a little tricky, that's for sure. Alright, we're going to go flaps full. Let's get a landing checklist done like right now. We're just about 1,000 feet down to our minimums here. We'll be over the airport. Landing checklist, landing gear down through green. Flaps set full, yaw dampers on for now. Speed brakes closed. Go around altitude 8,800 feet is set. Ice protection not required. And lane checklist is complete. We're going to keep this up just in case we got to go missed. We got our reference out there. Alright, so we got the airport literally just about to go underneath us. We got a couple of clouds out here. So we got to be real careful. Stay out of the IMC as we're making our circle and approach here. We'll go ahead and come off the autopilot. We got the airport in sight down below us. We're going to kind of use this room here off our nose and to our right. Make a downwind. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the flight director now since it's really not giving me a lot of useful information. Bring the track IR on as well. So we got terrain, well, terrain all over the place. Watch the left. Again, those clouds make me nervous. I think I can get below them. As long as I can get below those clouds and keep the airport in sight, we'll be good. There's minimums. We're in sight. We're continuing. CAH3, 1,800 foot runway. Yeah, that's a short one. Let's see. I'm going to go even just the lane. Yeah, I gotta watch that hillside there. Alright, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna start circling to a downwind here. We're gonna keep the descent coming. Make sure we can stay clear of these clouds over here. Yeah, this is a tricky one, isn't it? It has been a while since I've done this airport. Watch the terrain. Kind of surprised we haven't gotten terrain warnings yet. Alright, yeah, we'll be good. We'll be below these clouds here as we kind of circle over the city. Gotta try to keep that airport in sight there. Alright, coming up on about 1,000 feet. We got the airplane configured. Alright, I see the airport now. Okay, we're be alright. Yeah, I see what you mean there. That terrain can't exactly do a straight into that runway. Watch the train on the left. Yeah, this one's tricky. You definitely got to have your head on a swivel coming in here. Yeah, I'm landing 1.5 on this one. Watch the terrain here. This is where you need a 737 with those old eyebrow windows. Alright, I got the runway in sight real fast, so we gotta get slowed up. A little on the high side, we're gonna work it down. The other end is hell. Oh, yeah, I see what you mean down there. Yeah.
500.
That would be an interesting one.
400. 300. 200. 100.
Yeah, that would be a nasty to have to go around right here. You gotta make a right turn out as soon as you get over there. Power's out. Down that center line. There it is. Yeah, we'll have to 180 back for our taxiway. Yeehaw, that was fun. Hey, thanks, Schnitzel. Yeah, that was a good one, man. That took some work to get it down here. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, that was really fun, man. Those clouds right there kind of gave us a challenge, too. I was really worried. You know, if those clouds were too low, then I would have had to essentially go mist somehow because... I mean, thankfully, you know, we had a clear area down the approach path. The area over the airport was clear. We were able to get just under those clouds. Yeah, good luck getting out. Maybe I'll do that right now. I think I got time. We'll get in here. We'll make it a quick turn. Head back to Helena or somewhere. Yeah, that was a fun approach. That's probably one of my favorites right there. I can understand why, you know, I saw that note on the airport diagram that said that, you know, night operations were prohibited. I kind of understand why. CYBW. Okay, I'd be down for it. We'll take a look. All right, we'll clear the runway. Lights. Get the flaps up. Oh, that's cool. $20 to $40 hop. All right, I'd be down for it. So, you know, now that you said that, I do kind of want to try a departure out of here. 'Cause there's no published departure procedure, is there? It's you got to climb out visually, don't you, to get out of Castlegar? No, Sid? Yeah, that's what I thought. Just toga out of there. Yep, that's the truth. Honestly, this airplane climbs, you know, it's got a really good climb gradient, climb angle. So I guess this is like passenger ramp. I don't know if I'm supposed to park here. We're going to park here anyways. But, yeah, this airplane does climb pretty well, so, you know, it wouldn't take us more than a couple minutes to get up, you know, well above the terrain. It's just making sure you can know where you're going. Don't put yourself into a bad canyon or something like that. Alright, guys, here we go. Set the brake. Let's run our checklist after landing checks here real quick. Flap speed breaker closed. External lights set. Ice protection not required. Cabin diff. We should be depressurized. Yeah, we're depressurized now. After landing is complete. And I don't think they have a shutdown or anything. So that'll just be a flow. Let's see. Turn those off. We'll sync the engines. Alright guys, we made it. So yeah, you know, now that you said that, I've got a little bit of time. I'd say let's try a departure out of here. So we'll get the door open, let the passengers out, get the new passengers on. And we'll do a little bit of quick flight planning over to CYBW. I'm gonna look that up real quick. Actually, let's just pull it up here on Avi tab. I'm just going to familiarize myself with it, and then we'll do a quick bit of flight planning. It'll maybe take us 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so, and then we'll be on our way out of here.